this is here. Um, so clearly, I got new technology. Clearly, right? I thought that I could, um, whatever. I thought I could do some stuff that clearly, I had it all set up via my laptop because I was just trying to even upload, download, whatever on this. And okay, so I guess I am live. I don't want to listen to myself though. So, okay, so that's what it looks like when people go live. Somebody is here listening. Oh, it's me listening to myself. Excellent. So, I realized via this new iPad, which awesome, thank you. Um, I set everything up on my laptop because I'm also busy today, right? But I'm trying to see how all this will jive. So I set it all up that way. Well, then I go on this like 2 minutes before. Die. I go on here to be like, okay, now let's do this. That's not how you do it on this. I found out like a minute ago. So what's hilarious is I'm like, okay, fine, I'll just plug something in real quick. And then all of a sudden it takes a snapshot of basically the top of my hairline here because I'm looking at everything this way. So, sure, if people show up, people show up. Hi, everyone. You gotta laugh at yourself. Oh my goodness, you gotta laugh. Because, yeah, I don't know this stuff. And it was just today, like just a couple of hours ago, that I was like, oh shoot, I need this iPad for something that I'm doing Wednesday. Why not see? You're gonna eventually use it anyways. Why not just do it today? So I applaud all of you for handling my crazy. Um, and also, I gotta say, guys, so when I first set this all up or whatever, and I had to kind of remove things around, right? I turned it on, and I only put it on my camera. And I went, whoa. My husband for weeks was like, Courtney, the pixels, the this, the resolution, like he started talking all this crazy. He was like, it's gonna be intense, it's gonna be big, it's gonna be a lot. And of course you don't know until you know. And so when I saw myself, I was like, oh my goodness, you can see every freckle on my face. So bless you all for dealing with me. Today is Sunday. I apologize for not being here last Friday, the 18th, for the Emerald Tablets revealed. That was such a long day that I kept not being able to even get to that. Um, and then I was like, should I put something out there, like real quick, a post? And I was like, Courtney, just everybody's probably having a day like this. Just let it be. So, those who missed me, I missed you too. 'Tis the season. That is how I respond to everything right now. 'Tis the season. 'Tis the season for crazy. 'Tis the season for insane drivers. 'Tis the season for eating too much. 'Tis the season for, I mean, it's just 'tis the season for everything. That's how I see it. Just 'tis the season. Um, so I do apologize for that. Now, like I said before, I am going to be here this coming Friday. Friday the 23rd. And hopefully I'll have this nice little jazzy thing up and operating correctly again. Um, or knowing how to do something by then. If not, hey, we're gonna wing it. Whatever. Um, but that day is not so much me teaching from the tablets per se, like reading. We're right now on tablet 11. I'm not going to be reading directly from them. I'm going to be talking about like your inner pyramids. Yay. I'm going to be talking a bit about pyramids. I've had a lot of people in my life recently that have just witnessed or kind of started thinking about pyramids. And also, that's a great day for Q&A. If you have questions about the records, if you have questions about pyramids, if you have Not the records, I'm sorry, the tablets. Well, I guess, shoot, if you have questions about the Akashic records too, go for it. That'll just be a nice, cool time to just be together if you're home, chilling. Um, so today, last week, they had, like I had said last week, they gave me a message kind of in my dreams. And when I went to go look for it, nothing was really coming up. So I thought. So, but I think that message has passed now. Last week, they were like, you need to look into the Kirkland baby. And I got that from a dream, by the way, not so much the records. And so when I started trying to Google that morning, I just found it was all about like Kirkland baby products that are sold at Costco. I don't know. I don't go to Costco. I guess that's a brand name. And the whole time I'm like, this can't be it. This can't be it. Hi, Miss Susie. Good morning. And I was like, the whole time I'm like, this can't be it. Like, this cannot be about like Costco products. So then this morning, in the morning hours, before I even went to the records for today, I was like, well, maybe I gotta go back and look at that. 2 days ago, a massive recall on Kirkland baby spinach food. Massive. I guess there's a whole bunch of stuff wrong with it. And I went, oh, damn. I totally missed the mark there. Anyways, 'tis the season. 'Tis the season. So yeah, there's a big recall on that. Mostly in like Australia, but hey, you know. So, and hello, Miss Susie. It's good to see you. Uh, Today, though, I went to the records for a little bit for myself, this message and some other stuff. And I did the whole like, because I'm trying to figure out technology, which I clearly didn't do well, I was like, give me something I can work with. And they just said, copy the word, write down what we're saying here, and then they told me what I needed to focus on, which I will say, again, perception is a part of it, and I don't know, like, we seem to have to talk about perception nonstop. And it's okay that we do that because I understand how repetition is needed. Oh. I did have to move streams, Lucky. Lucky just popped in. Lucky, I clearly don't know what I'm doing with technology yet. It's not the same across all channels, let's say, and forms. Not the same. So a minute before, I was like, oh, like, I don't know what I'm doing, which is cool, which is fine. I'll figure it out. That's what I love about me. Hi, Miss Maya. Yeah, that's what I love about me, is that I am a clear representation, like when it comes to technology or just life stuff in general. Like, yeah, I'll figure it out as I go, right? That's how we should be with all things, especially in this whole... Sorry, a card just dropped. Let's use that one. Dropped on the floor for a reason. I can be a clear representation of how we just need to just kind of go slow and figure it out as we go. Nobody needs to know everything right now. So, lovely people, yes, this is supposed to be a message as to how to use the Yule energy. It's going to be about a lot of talk about energy right now. Collective energy. Collective. And I will have to focus on, they told me focus on perception, again, of course. Yule, the concept of Yule, and light in your hands. This is actually going to be more about how the collective is used, how the energy is used within the collective. So, yeah, new corner, new all sorts of stuff. I will get it figured out at one point or another. And yeah, I'm still getting used to, I guess, seeing myself with such a clear screen. It's kind of a different thing to it. Kind of throws a little different thing. Hey, Miss Lori, good to see you. Miss Lori, I plan on trying to call you on the 22nd. Because it's been like months and months and months, lady, so I hope you're around. Yeah, we haven't talked in a very long time. So the card that just dropped out of my hands is number 16. Conception. Wow. Conception. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness into our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focus, awareness, and intention. Oh my goodness, I know why this card dropped, because this is exact. Ooh, let's do this correctly. Oh, look at, you can see the picture now. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh my goodness, you guys get to see it. I feel so blessed that you guys get to see this more clearly now. Oh, that makes my heart happy. This is basically what we're going to be talking about. So that's awesome. Let's read the words that they gave me this morning. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. This is December 18th. Oh, feeling good, stars. Feeling good. Last night, I actually just said, nope, I'm letting everything go. Because 'tis the season. Ooh. So these are the words from the records this morning that we're going to be going through. Tiredness, complaining thoughts make this week a possible loss. Be in the now. Be fortunate, for people are blessed in ways they don't see. Hearts are hurting, and the energy is demanding. Remember, we, you, us, create the energy. Form out of the formless is nothing more than oneness. Let me read that again. Form out of the formless, as we learn in Thoth, is nothing more than oneness. Oneness energy. You can step outside of existing energy with others waiting patiently. That'd be me. I'm waiting. Come on over. Come on over. You can step out of the 3D. Oh, that's all they gave me. But now we gotta talk about perception, the Yule stuff, about the light, and how all this pertains to us and the oneness. Oh, going into this frequency again. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness into our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. And we'll hold that up again. That's lovely. I see Max showed up and Jackie J. Thanks, guys. Seeker's here. Yeah, guys, you probably went to another screen and realized, oh, nothing's happening over there. I'm clearly thinking technology is easier than it is. That's what I do. I think, oh, you should just know what I need. Yeah. So, starting at the beginning of what they gave me this morning. Tiredness, complaining thoughts, make this week a possible loss. I don't know about you guys, but last week I was so busy and kind of crazy that I was complaining a lot in my head, in my words, um, until I kind of went, wait a minute, what am I complaining about? This is actually all great blessings. It is great blessings that people can start coming together again and see each other at the holidays. It is great blessings that there might be more on your plate right now because we just came out of a couple of years of nothing on our plates, right? But because of that, because, whoa, there's like more to do now. There's like every day there's an event. You can tell people no. I firmly say tell them no. Um, I even noticed in myself, which is not, I'm usually not a complainer, but I was. I was complaining in my mind and complaining in my words because of also tiredness. But it's exactly what they're saying here. Make this week a possible loss. We're heading into the holiday for most people. Some have already started the holiday. Let's not carry maybe those complaining thoughts, maybe those conversations of like, why is Aunt so and so trying to do all this? You see what I'm saying? Like, why don't we just kind of let it go? Let it go so we can not lose the greatness of the holiday, not lose what the holiday is supposed to represent for each of us. For me, it is very much more Yule. It's very much more the light is present, the light is always present, that significance. Be in the now. That's how they put it next. Be in the now. Very hard for people. Um, I will say, and I was actually talking to actually a few people this past weekend because I was really having to get a handle on it. What people don't know about me is I've gotten so much better in my life, but I'm kind of OCD, and I'm not like obsessive compulsive as in like I have to touch the door a bunch of times before I leave the house. I'm obsessive like control issues, stemming from, of course, my childhood, and it's what people used to refer to as a melancholy child. And I've gotten way better in my life. Um, but 'tis the season, at least this one definitely for some reason. Um, and it wasn't just me. I know a lot of households that they're lucky if they're getting their Christmas tree up today. Like, there's many people that it's just been too much this season. And with people that are OCD like me, obsessing, right? When there's a season like this where there's so much packed in on top of normal everyday stuff, once that starts running, the obsessive stuff starts running, it then starts attaching to everything. And by, I would say, Friday afternoon, I was just trying to calm myself back down, saying, whoa, 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 okay. You most likely are not going to be able to do this. You most likely are not going to be able to do that. This we can get done. This we can do. I'm telling this to myself because it was getting very, very, the obsession thoughts were just taking over, and it was too much. And a lot of people I know are going through that, or feeling like because they can't get to everything, all of a sudden they're a failure. Which that's not true. That's not true at all. That's not true. Um, so we need to be compassionate to others. And I do want to say too, you know, I with like OCD people like me at the holidays, it can be very rough, because we tend to see every little detail. And for some reason we think we have to, like handle every little detail. Um, and like I said, if that propulsion, as we've talked about here, gets started, it can get pretty bad. That looks, for those people, like they are completely scatterbrained. They don't know what's going on. They'll look maybe like ADHD people. They'll look all over the place. It's because in their minds at that time, they're trying to organize and handle way too much. And they can't let go because it becomes an obsession. So be compassionate, because you're going to have the people out there that's like, they have no idea what's going on from moment to moment. They're just riding the wave. And then you're going to have people like that are trying to be like, oh my goodness, I got to get everything done. How is that going to happen? And then you got the people that feel really bad because they can't get to everything. So they're actually kind of more depressed and just feeling like, I've heard more people talk to me in the past week about feeling like a failure because they don't have X, Y, and Z done because of the damn holiday. Sorry, my mouth. That they're feeling that way. When that is not the holiday at all. At all. That's been what's produced over time for us to think, but that's not it. That's not the holidays at all. At all. I actually kind of like Hanukkah with the concept of like, yeah, you get a little gift every night. You get a little gift every night. Like, we don't have to put on a huge show here. A little gift every night. Then maybe we might end it on the 12th night with like something bigger. But hey, there you go. Here's a gift after dinner. You know? Sorry. Or, you know, they do it big on that Friday night. You know what I mean? It's So just remember that. To have compassion towards yourself and others. To have compassion towards yourself and others. Like, it has to be there. Then they say, be of fortunate. Basically, look at your blessings. Be of fortunate. For people are blessed in ways they don't see. And that's exactly what I was just saying. Like, we're more busy right now because there's actually events happening. People are being able to gather together again. That's a blessing. You know? Be of fortunate. Know that you are fortunate. You are blessed in ways that you're not seeing. Hearts are hurting and the energy is demanding. So, like we just said, the energy is demanding. But it's, you know, I'm about to go into how collective energy works. But do know there are a lot of hearts that are hurting. A lot. Still. There's still people that are losing folks as we go along. There's still those that this is their first holiday without their loved one. There's those who got very used to having a certain kind of holiday season and now they cannot afford it. And they hurt for them and their kids. There's a lot of things happening. So hearts are hurting. And that goes into the collective energy. And the energy is very demanding. Because instead of sitting back and acknowledging we're hurting, or sitting back and going, you know what, maybe we can't afford the same that we did previously, so why don't we just spend quality time together? Why don't we just all do something more low-key, but create a small little memory? It's a very demanding energy that's saying, no, you got to keep up. You got to keep up with the Joneses. You got to keep up with this. Keep up. And think about all the people that also might have lost someone recently. We actually had one in our family around Thanksgiving that my husband it just hit him. Okay? Because it's too crazy right now. You can't even stop and feel the pain. It happens. It's happening across the board. Collective energy. Remember, you us create the energy. So you're taking in the hurting hearts, all that energy. We're taking in the demanding energy, the energy of all that obsession that I was just now talking about. I gotta do this, then we gotta do this, then we gotta do this, then we gotta do this. That's going into the collective. All the people feeling like they're failures, that's going into the collective. Every time you pass by a store, that's going into the collective. Every thought of, oh, I gotta get this, or we gotta do that, or we gotta do this, demanding, going into the collective to just fuel more of it. Form out of the formless is no more than oneness energy. So the more that we don't give ourselves compassion, don't give others compassion, the more that we are taking our hurt, our pain, our feelings, and I'm not saying to not express them, I'm not saying to not feel them, but the more we're focused on the demand part of this week, the demand part, the more we're creating that energy. The more we're creating the demand. Cause and effect. Product and demand. Form out of the formless is no more than oneness energy. You know, it's when we talk in the emerald tablets and we say, okay, form out of the formless. Or like in the Matrix, for anybody new listening, hi, this is Stars and Morning Light. Cheers. Or like in the movie The Matrix, when the kid bends the spoon. And it's like, whoa, how do you do that? And he says, well, there actually is no spoon. That's exactly what we're doing all the time. But the only difference that that kid knew, other than his deep insight about perception, and the only difference about what we read in the emerald tablets of forming out of the formless, and beings that are just as good as us of the great race, this great race that they talk about, just they're doing it somewhere else in a different space. They're doing it because they understand the collective energy. It's that easy. It's actually that easy. And our energy here in 3D, as what 3D is still full of doubt and fear. That's the only thing why we're not raising ourselves as the great race we are and starting to form out of the formless. But yet we are. We're forming the demanding energy. We're forming all these feelings. We're forming the needing to keep up with the Joneses. We're forming all of this. And the more we form it, the more it exists. You can step outside of existing energy with others, waiting patiently. This goes into 3D, but it also goes into just this week. There are those, and like I said, I finally realized, like, my mind had got away from me. You know, oh, Courtney, your mind fell right back into 3D. Woo! For like a week. That was crazy. And thank goodness by Saturday night, last night, I went, whoa. No. This is not what I do. I don't know how it started, what happened, but this is not what I do. And because I've been working with myself for so long, having compassion towards myself and learning the ways that work for me, I was able to get rid of that and go back into, yes, the holiday's coming. I know what Yule's all about. I know what the light, the SUN, is all about. And I could focus more on that. And there's plenty of people in probably your life and around that are doing the same, that are going, okay, okay, I'm stepping back out of this 3D, out of the demanding energy, and I'm just gonna let it flow. And it could be that they're riding more in 5, hell, they could be riding in 7. Or it could be that they're just letting it go. Because what are these demands? They don't serve anyone. They don't serve anyone. And even the ones that you think it does serve, doesn't really serve them. It's kind of like a prop in the game. Yeah. So you can step on through. Step on through. Especially when Yule comes. So, as they really wanted me to say, talk about perception. Oh my goodness. We have to talk about this constantly. And that's really what it is. What do you want to focus on this season? This week. Just this week. So this week is not lost. What do we want? What do we really want to focus on? Where are we putting our eye line? What are we looking at? Are we looking at this insane to-do list? Are we looking at, I really don't want to have to hang out with the people that I am being forced to hang out with? That's not good. How are we viewing this coming week? And remember, right smack in the middle of it, is Wednesday, is Yule, is the day that pretty much everybody, every culture, creed, religion, faith, there's some kind of aspect in their traditions right now that represents that day, that concept, that represents the light. Like I said, the menorah for Hanukkah, that is the light they were awarded to walk through the desert or walk through the wilderness. The Christians, it turned into the birth of Christ, of course, and that went from S-U-N to S-O-N. So the whole concept of the birth of Christ happening was thrown in the mix here. Kwanzaa is the representation of light as well, and I gotta tell you, it's amazing because they want to use like every color of like light beams, and I'm like, right on, do it. So anything that is going Yule, as in pagan, Wiccan, it's the light, regardless. In that one, it represents when we're headed into, before we head fully into the dark period, crone period, fully into the wilderness period, right? It's to say, hey, light is always present. Light is always here, okay? So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what, I mean, there's tons, I don't want to keep going. So, it's all to represent light. All of it is. And that can be our focus. Remember, we talk a lot here about light reflecting light. And see your light reflecting. See your light reflecting. So how is it reflecting? Are we snuffing out our light because the energy is too demanding? Or are we going to light it up so we can shine it on other people? Or are we going to even just spend time with it? Just spend time with it and appreciate the fact that it is there. Through all darkness, all wilderness, all space and time. It is the first thought. It is what translates throughout everything in creation. Let's look at conception again. Number 16. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to the origin. That does not mean conception as in when your parents hooked up and you became a cell. That's not what that means. We're talking about sacred geometry here. But I'm happy you all did. I'm happy your parents did hook up at some point. The place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of space that we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. I say it all the time, guys. We are creating, we are manifesting all the time. All the time. That's why when I fully stopped myself on Friday and went, whoa, this is so not who you are, Courtney. You don't complain like this. You don't get tired like this. You don't get obsessive like this as you were growing up. You don't do any of this. You don't do any of this. So let's sit back. Let's refocus our awareness and our intention. I have to. I have to. And many of us right now, we don't even know what that would be. And that's, to me, the scariest thought, is that more humans have no idea where they even want to focus their awareness and their intention. So many humans don't understand that they're creating all the time. Conception is happening all the time. All the time. We are creating. We are returning back to creation within us all the time. And then it goes into the collective oneness energy. See, so later, as we become better evolved humans, we then use that power of creation when it is more magnified, like more powerful in the oneness energy. We use it to then form out of the formless. That's how other beings are doing it. They already are there. They know how there is no separation. They know that they are all connected. They know how oneness energy works. So they're just tapping right into it and be like, yeah, I want a cheeseburger. Or yeah, I mean, it says in many, many ancient texts, not just the tablets, of them forming worlds and how we will do the same. Well, how do you think we're going to get to that? It's people wrapping their heads around. I think first it's got to be perception, because that just keeps coming up. So first perception, then I guess understanding oneness energy and how it works in creation. Like, remember, it's very few things on this planet that create all by themselves. And even then, it's because they have the organs or mechanism, what have you, to do that. Because it's got two things or three or whatever it might have going on. There's very, very few creatures, beings on this planet that can create by themselves. So clearly, we need other people. Clearly, the more we start understanding that, and we pump that kind of thoughts into the oneness, into the collective, this is why I'm always kind of trying to say, guys, we can do this. Walk, as they say. You can step outside of the existing energy with others waiting patiently. There are other beings out there, many, that already understand this stuff. And they're trying to connect with each other so they can get it done. There needs to be more. There just needs to be more. Because right now, our energy of creation and possibility and beauty and the new earth type thing, right? That we're always talking about, at Stars of the Morning Light. It has not outbalanced yet. It has not outweighed yet the fear and the doubt and the worry. It just hasn't. We need more people. And that is the evolution. That is. And it's how we've always done it. It's how it will always happen. It is how it's always been done. From beginning to end. To end and beginning. It is how it's always been done. And so my job is to try to help people understand their own power. Basically, first, you got to understand your own power. And then you attach that power and that positivity, that awareness and intention, as it says in the card of conception, right there. You attach that, and then, as it said, the frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, a place where everything in creation begins. We can do it. We can do it. I think I went off on a tangent. I love you guys. Thank you for listening to my tangents. You guys are such beautiful stars. I went off on a tangent. It's difficult to know. There's still so many that are actually leading the energy of separation without even knowing it. That's kind of the hardest part for me right now. So awareness of your own power, then awareness of there is no separation, like at all. The light of Yule lives in you. You live inside the light of Yule. There you go. Yeah, you two are one. You two are one. There is no need to worship the light of Yule. It's a day of remembrance that is always present. Within me, within you, my light reflects light. Right? There is no separation at all. This is not a time of us, there is no worshiping anything, really. That was a game changer created a long time ago. That doesn't really need to be present. Do we give our thanks and appreciation for beings and the light and the resources available? Yeah. I mean, when I go to the Akashic Records, I do leave there saying thank you. I gave them appreciation. Thank you. You know better than I. Cool. Thanks for the information. If I work with angels and whatever kind of beings, quote unquote, and I use that word loosely, I very much do, because to me they're no different than I. I see, take Michael, the archangel. He's no different than I. Actually, I gotta talk to him that way. Like brother kind of thing. There is no separation. So therefore, we don't need to worship anything. That's actually just a box to kind of keep you controlled and in a box and not understanding your own power. So this is not even a time of worshiping. This is a time to recognize the light within and the light around. That the light is ever present. And I keep saying over and over again, if everybody keeps thinking that we're going to go into darkness, well, hell, then it's probably going to happen, first of all. So the ones listening here that know of their light, you got to start lighting it up. Because there's going to be a lot of people that need light in the darkness. And that's what we do. It's just what we do. Oh, well, actually, that's the last thing they were like, oh, that's so funny. They said, okay, Courtney, and then you got to talk about light in your hands. So I was leading into it. And they said, leading that into Friday's message. Next Friday on the 23rd, I will be here live at 11. And we will be talking about the pyramids within, how to use a pyramid concept with your hands, and some other pyramid stuff. Also, like just Emerald Tablets Q&A. At that time, I'm not going to actually be reading from the tablet. I want to take a break because a lot of people might miss that one. Or a lot of people might show up for the Q&A. Who knows? And pyramids. There's been a lot of questions coming at me about pyramids lately. So, and do know, beautiful stars, ladies and gentlemen, that is, I'm not going to be able to cover a pyramid in like one video. That's not a thing. I'm going to hone in on a couple of parts of what a pyramid can do and was always intended for. And there are so many uses of a pyramid. But I'm also going to be talking about the pyramids within. So they wanted me to kind of talk about light in your hands. Light in your hands. I'm not exactly sure where they want me to go with that, because that could be a lot of things too. Why don't we just do one about the pyramid right now? I'll give you a little teaser for next Friday. Why don't we do that instead of some other stuff? Yeah, why don't we do that? So, I actually recently, well, okay, I shouldn't say recently, but I learned this at one point. And you guys know I'm also a Reiki master teacher. I also, me and my pyramids. I have a pyramid, like, you guys know. I'm not going to tell you the full story here with this one, but I was taught, let's say you put your palms out like this, and it's got to be kind of here at your chest. So I got to bring my hands up a little bit. Okay, you bring your palms out like this. Do you have needs? Do you have cares? Do you have things you need to manifest? And remember, when we go to manifest, acknowledging that we do it all the time, when we go to manifest, please acknowledge that the best way to do it and the best forms include what is the best for the greater good or the greater whole. What it really is there to serve you and your family. What is there to serve you and your community? Is this, ask yourself, is this detrimental to anyone else? I mean, you can ask for a promotion and let it be manifested, but not attach onto it. Yeah, I hope Roy gets fired and I get promoted, right? So it's the best for everyone. Should always be in your mindset. But if you want, which is a fun practice, and actually, that's what I should have meant by recently. I just recently started using it to manifest, and yeah, it works. It works. So anyways, put your palms up like this, and usually, more down here, because you're going to have, imagine a golden light going this way to your palms, and then up like a pyramid. Just wherever you're, and the reason it's right here, this is not of your three, this is the one you can form in your hands. So, light lines, right, of a pyramid, you have to have the center, or even if it's a smaller pyramid, like pyramid, right? What it is out of the center of that needs to be where your heart center is. So basically, imagine you're holding a pyramid in your hands. And the center of that pyramid has to be over your high heart. Okay? So you're holding it. And it's this golden, beautiful light. Really kind of any light you want to use. Right? We're not going to be just particular on gold or white. Could be a green pyramid. That's cool. As we learn all the time in the Emerald Tablets, life is color, life is music, right? Speaking in color, singing in harmony. So, you're imagining the corner of a pyramid at your two palms. And then you imagine whatever it is that you want to receive, manifest. If it's, a few $100s, you put a couple $100 here, and you put a couple of $100 here, and you picture it. And then, you keep picturing it, by the way, but then you kind of light up your pyramid, and out of that you send the light from your heart out through it, through the center of it. And I will guarantee you, if you really practice this, then the top of the pyramid opens up some and just sends that light out. And you will receive whatever you pictured in your hand. Is it going to look the way you think it is? Probably not. Probably not, because we are still in 3D. But let's say you're like, okay, I need an extra like $600 to pay the mortgage or whatever, right? Well, then 300 in this palm, 300 in this palm, holding the pyramid up. You pump the light out through your heart, through the center, and out to the world, and it will open up on top and beam that light right up all the way to the heavens, the space, whatever you want to call it, and it'll come back to you. It will come back to you. So that is one technique that I learned using the symbol, the geometry really, of a pyramid. And you right now, because we're not talking about it right now, you can go as deep as you want with that. You can go as deep as you want with that concept. There's a lot that happens with pyramids, but we can use them for quick manifestations. We can also use them for if you want to direct light somewhere and you're not used to using your hands. Like if you're not a Reiki master and you're not used to using your hands, or you're not sure about your Care Bear stare, right? That's what we used to call it. If you're not sure about it, imagine that pyramid, your heart going, the light from your heart, and I say up here because I have a high heart now, everybody's starting to get there, beams right through the center of that pyramid. It goes up, it goes out. It's a way of directing the light if you need to practice it that way. If you have a loved one who's sick or know someone that's hurting, spend time on Yule working with this pyramid, working with directing your heart energy out to someone. You know, you can use it. We'll be talking about it more on Friday, but I suppose they said light in your hands, and then they said leading into Friday's message, so I'm going to assume that that's what they were talking about there. So be with me next Friday if you can. And if this is your first time, oh, I forgot to tell you guys, oh my God. Because I got all jumbled up because of the technology stuff at the beginning, and now I clearly am going to have to look at that again. Because this does not even have a picture. It has a picture of my forehead right here, because it just snapped a picture real quick. It was wild, yeah. So I'll have to change that all up. I forgot to tell you guys, yay, I hit 300 subscribers. I did. Thank you for the last person. I can't think of your name right now. Oh my goodness. Who subscribed? I was doing my little dance. Hey, yes, what a win. See, what a win. Other people, remember, they even told us, be fortunate. Look at your blessings. For people are blessed in ways they don't see. Do you know how many people will be like, you have only 300, not 3,000? Oh my God. Yeah, I got 300. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. See, we count. We count all the little things, all the big things. We rejoice. We go, yes, that's a win. Yes. So I wanted to tell you guys that. So thank you. And if you're new here, whoa, what a wild first video for you. So if you're new here, I am Courtney, the host of Stars of the Morning Light. We cover a lot of stuff here, and I excuse the technology. I'll get it together at one point. And I love everyone, and I will see you next week. And I'll be popping in to wish everybody, thank you everyone for saying congratulations. That's lovely. Yes, thank you. I know, I was so excited. Like, we gotta take the wins, guys. You know, we gotta be like, yes, I do my little happy dance. Yes. So, I love you all dearly. I will pop in probably around the holidays and say I'll probably pop in on Yule, just real quick to say hello. And um, I definitely sit within that day and send everybody a bunch of light. I do. I love it. I love it. Remember, you, me, us, we are the lights of the world. Lights of the world. Man. And for all those that, celebrate Christmas, Christian or not, I can guarantee you numerous times in the New Testament, we were told that numerous times. Or be the light in the world. Be the light of the world. What do you think he was talking about? You are. I am. Because there is no separation. We are the light in the world. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So, I feel like I don't want to say goodbye. We will be together again. I love you all dearly. Have a great time, and thank you for coming. Thank you for finding the screw up, and I will figure that out at some point. Love you all. Not sure how to even stop recording. Let's see. What am I supposed to do here? How do you just stop? See, I don't even know. Go here. I love how we're learning together. Maybe over here. Do I know? What does this do? No, that shows you my stand. Guys, I really don't know how to stop. Oh, maybe the exit button. Oh. Oh, I love how you guys are going to enjoy this little, you can laugh at, yes, laugh. Please laugh. We got to laugh. We got to laugh. I have no idea what's going on here. I think I just hit the exit key or the button. All right. Mwah. Peace out. Love you guys.